Hi everyone. Today are here again with our chapter continuity with some selected problem. Now we are going to discuss some problem with check whether it's continuous or discontinuous, and then further we are going to discuss with examples to find out some unknown values when it's a continuous at some given point there. One of the problem what we have to find all points of discontinuity of f where our function fx is defined as sin x by x. It's sin x by x defined by when our x is less than 0, and secondly it defined as x plus 1 when x is positive there. Now look, when x is negative, then our function is defined as sin x by x. Being a rational function, we know that our rational function is continuous. Then means here, being a rational function, our function is continuous. When we are going to be aware, when our x is greater or equal to 0, means when we are move here, our function is defined as x plus 1, means it's a polynomial function. Again, it's polynomial function when our x is greater than or equal to 0, and again from here, our function is continuous, being a polynomial there. But we are not sure about the point at x equal to 0. Now we have to check that is there is any gap or there is any break in at x equal to 0. If we find that at x equal to 0 it is continuous, then we are going to be tell that there is no point of discontinuity. If at x equal to 0 it is not continuous, then our x equal to 0 is a point of discontinuity there. Now what I'm going to explain you, I am already told you that being a rational function at less than x less than 0, it's a continuous. Also being a polynomial function whenever our x is greater than or equal to 0, it's a continuous. But we are not sure about at the point x equal to 0. Then our work is that we have to be checked its continuity at the point x equal to 0. Now we are going to be proceed with to checking our continuity process at x equal to 0. Now what we have to do, we have to be check its left hand limit and right hand limit. Both may be exist and equal. Then after that, at x equal to 0, our f of 0 is also coincide with our LHS and RHS there. Then we are going to find out at x equal to 0, we are going to check its left hand limit. How we get left hand limit? We start with limit x tends to our point is what? 0. Left hand limit means we have to be taking neighborhood point which is near to 0. X tends to 0 minus. We have to be start with limit whatever the point there, taking minus. Then we have to be next in our next step. We have to be change this x with an arbitrary h, and our h always tends to 0. It is an arbitrary quantity. Our h is less than 0. Then we have to be this h. Our function is changed by 0. What is the point? 0 minus h. Now our f is 0 minus h. To put in the function, we are going to be check here 0 minus h. Our function is less than 0. What is defined? Then when our function is less than 0, then our function defined by sin x by x. Then what we do? We are going to be limit h tends to 0. We check take our function sin, but we put at the place of x 0 minus h, and x we get again 0 minus h. Now we are going to find out its limit. Limit s tends to 0. It's a sin, it's a minus h. Here we get minus h. Now limit s tends to 0. We know that sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, minus sin h, and minus sin s, minus cancel. Now limit s tends to 0. Sin h by s, it is a form of limit theta tends to 0 sin theta by theta. We know that its value is equal to 1. We get 1 since limit theta tends to 0. Our sin theta by theta is what? Is 1 there. Now we find out our left hand limit. Similarly, we are going to find out our right hand limit here. Our right hand limit at x equal to 0. Then we start with limit x tends to, we have to right hand limit into the right of 0, then we neighboring right of 0, then we take 0 plus here. Again we are going to change its arbitrary h. We take here limit h tends to 0, and here we take f 0 plus h. Now 0 plus h, what do we get? 0 plus h means the value is greater than 0. Now we are going to again see in our function. Here what we said, our x is greater than 0. It defined as x plus 1. Then we take here limit s tends to 0, x plus 1, put the at the value of x 0 plus h plus 1. Now what we have? Limit s tends to 0. It's a h plus 1. Now putting the h 0, we get 1. Now what we see that? Our left hand limit is equal to our right hand limit. We get our left hand limit equal to right hand limit. But now to so it's a continuous, we have to be check its our left hand, our right hand limit at the, now we are going to find out at x equal to 0, our f of 0. Again x is greater than equal to 0, and our f0 is what? Is 0 plus 1, we get 1. Now what we see that we our left hand limit, right hand limit, and our f of 0, these are equal, means this function is continuous. Then our statement is what? There is no points of discontinuity. There is no point of discontinuity because fx is continuous at x equal to 0. Fx is also continuous at x equal to 0. Already we have defined that it's a continuous when x is less than 0. It's also continuous when x is greater than 0. Now we are going to proceed with our example. Next example. Our next problem is that we have to determine that the function defined by x square into sine 1 by x when our x is not equal to 0, then it's a 0 when our x is 0. Determine the function defined by, we have to determine the function defined by x square sine 1 by x when x is not equal to 0 is a continuous function. We have to check its continuous function. Now again to show it's a continuous, we are going, again it's a redefining at x equal to 0. Then we are going to find out its continuity at x equal to 0 there. Then we are going to find out our left hand limit and right hand limit at x equal to 0, because the function is our function is redefining at the point 0, because when it's not x equal to 0, it's defining as it's maybe positive values, it's maybe negative value, then it's our x square sine 1 by x. Then we are going to be check it's continuous at x equal to 0 or discontinuous at x equal to 0. Then we are going to start with our left hand limit. We are going to check its continuity at x equal to 0. Now our left hand limit, again it's a 0, limit x tends to 0 minus fx. Then we are going to change it's by arbitrary s tends to 0. Always our s tends to 0 here. Then change the point with 0 minus h. Then we are going to our defining function when x 0 minus h matlab it's not equal to 0. Then we take x not equal to 0. Then it's defined as x square into sine 1 by x. Then we put here limit s tends to 0. At the place of x square, it's a 0 minus h whole square into sine 1 by x, means 1 upon x 0 minus h. Then after solving, what we have? We have limit s tends to 0. 0 minus h whole is what? It's our h square, and sine 1 upon minus s minus sine 1 minus s, then it's our minus sine 1 by h. When we are going to put s tends to 0, then this values is what? It tends to 0 here, and our limit is 0 here, because it's a h square into this, we multiply with 0, the whole values is tends to 0. Now we are going to find out our right hand limit. limit x tends to 0 plus fx. Again it's changed with arbitrary s tends to 0, it's 0 plus, then 0 plus h here. Now 0 plus h matlab it's means it's not equal to our, again x not equal to 0, again we take this defining value. Again we have limit s tends to 0 x square 0 plus h whole square into sine 1 upon 0 plus h. Again we are going to solve it, so we get a limit s tends to 0, it's a s square into sine 1 by h. Again our sine 1 by s lying between, when x is the minus 1 to 1, it's a lying between, but it's multiplied with s square when h tends to 0. Again this value is equal to 0 here. Now our left hand limit is 0, our right hand limit is 0. Now we are going to find f of x at x equal to 0. What do we see in there? At x equal to 0 our function is 0, then our f of 0 is 0. Now left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to f of 0 equal to fx at x equal to 0. Therefore fx is a continuous function. Our fx is a continuous function. Now we are going to start with our next example, next problem. Here in next problem we are going to do some problems in which we are going to find out unknown values there. In that type of problem we have given that the function is continuous at given point, then we have to find some unknown values. Look at the question. In question what is given? That here is given that the function defined by fx equal to kx plus 1, where x when x is not when x is less than or equal to pi, and is defined fx equal to cos x when our x is greater than pi. We have to find k if it is our function if fx is continuous at x equal to pi. Here it is given that it is continuous at x equal to pi. Then if it is continuous at x equal to pi, then what will be happen there? Then our left hand limit is equal to our right hand limit, both are coincide to each other. Then to find the value of unknown value we are going to start with to find out its left hand limit and the right hand limit. Then after that we are going to be equalize them and getting the value of unknown there. Now we are going to proceed with solution here. It's given its function is continuous at x equal to 5, then we are going to find out left hand limit at x equal to pi. We start with limit x tends to left hand limit, then we start with pi minus fx. Again change with arbitrary h, limit h tends to 0, we put limit h tends to 0, then here f of our point is pi minus, then here we have pi minus h. Now pi minus h means it's not equal to pi, it's less than pi. Then we are going to defining viewings of our function. It's defining as kx plus 1 when our x is less than to pi. Then we are here limit h tends to 0, we take kx plus 1, k at the place of x we put pi minus h plus 1. Now we are going to find out its limit, putting the h0 there, then we get what we get here, we get pi, it's when we put h0 then it's pi k plus 1. This is our left hand limit. Now we are going to find out our right hand limit. What is our right hand limit? Our right hand limit is what? Limit x tends to pi plus fx. We are going to change with arbitrary limit h tends to 0, f of it's a pi plus h. Pi plus h means it's greater than pi. Then we are going to again to define function. Where is our function defined? It's a pi plus h, matlab it's means its point is our greater than pi. When our x is greater than pi, then it's defining as fx is cos x. Then what we have here, we have limit s tends to 0 cos x. What is x? Our x is of cos pi plus h. When this s tends to 0, then this is equal to what? What do we get? Cos pi plus h. What do we get? We put s cos. When we put h is 0, then we get cos pi. The value of cos pi is what? Minus 1. Our limit is what? Minus 1. Why? Since the value of cos pi is what? Minus 1. When we put s0 there, then we get cos pi. The value of cos pi is out minus 1. Now since our function is continuous at x equal to pi, then our left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. What do we get from our left hand limit? We get pi k plus 1. Then our pi k plus 1 equal to our right hand limit is what? Minus 1 here. Then pi k is equal to minus 2 when we shifting plus 1 to our right hand side. Then our k is what? Minus 2 upon pi. This is our values. K is equal to minus 2 pi when our function is defined at x equal to pi, when it's given that it's a continuous function. Again I'm going to revise that. What I'm doing that, we have to be here in question the function defined by f equal to kx plus 1 when our x is less than or equal to pi, then it's a cos x when it's x greater than pi. And then we have to find the value of k. If it is a continuous at x equal to pi, then we are going to find its left hand limit and right hand limit at x equal to pi. To find out left hand limit, we start with limit x tends to pi minus fx, then we change this arbitrary s, limit x into 0 f pi minus h, putting the k pi minus x plus 1, finding its limiting value what? When s 0, it's a pi k plus 1. To getting right hand limit, we start with limit x tends to pi plus fx, change with arbitrary limit s to 0, then f pi plus h. What we see at when our x is greater than pi, then it's a cos x. Then we get cos pi plus h when we are going to putting s tends to 0. When our s tends to 0, s tends to cos pi. The value of cos pi is what? It's our equal to minus, its limiting value equal to minus 1 there. Then since the function is continuous at x equal to pi, then our left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. We are going to be taking both equal there. Then pi k plus 1 equal to minus 1. We getting the value what? K is equal to minus 2 pi. Now we are move to our next problem. We have to again find the unknown values there. Find the value of k. Find the value of k if the function defined by fx kx plus 1 when our x is less than or equal to 5, and it's defined at 3x minus 5 when our x is greater than 5, is continuous at x equal to 5. We have to find the value of k. It is given that it is continuous at x equal to 5. Again it is given that it is continuous at x equal to 5. Then we are going to find out its left hand limit and right hand limit at x equal to 5 there. We are going to start with at x equal to 5. We start with our left hand limit. Limit s tends to 0. We start with limit x tends to left hand limit 5 minus fx, and we can directly start with limit s to 0, but always start with then limit s tends to 0 f of 5 minus h. Now our point is less than 5. We are going to where the function defined when x is less than 5, then our function defined by kx plus 1. Kx plus 1, this means limit s tends to 0 kx. Our x is what? 5 minus h plus 1. When our limit s tends to 0, then the limiting value is what? It's a 5 into k, 5k plus 1. Our left hand limit is what? 5k plus 1. Now we are going to find out our right hand limit at x equal to 5. Then we start with limit x tends to 5 plus fx. Next step, we are taking limit s tends to 0 f of 5 plus h when our x is greater than 5, because our point is greater than 5, 5 plus s, it's x greater than 5, then it's defined as 3x minus 5. Then we take limit s tends to 0, 3x x 5 plus h minus 5. Then what we have, we get here when our limit s tends to 0, then we get here 15 minus 5, we get the values what, limiting values what, it's a 10. Now in the problem given that it is a continuous, this is function is continuous at x equal to 5, then we are going to start, since fx is continuous at x equal to 5, therefore left hand limit equal to right hand limit. Our 5k plus 1 is equal to 10, then 5k is equal to 9, then our k is equal to 9 upon 5. Now we are proceed to with our next problem. What is our next problem? In our next problem is that find the values of a and b if the function defined by fx is 5 when x is less than or equal to 2. It defined as ax plus b when our x lie between 2 and 10, when our x is greater than 2 and less than 10, and it's a 21 when our x is greater than or equal to 10. It is given that this is continuous at x equal to 2 and x equal to 10. Then we have to find the arbitrary values of a and 5 here. It is mentioned in the problem that this function is a continuous at x equal to 2 and x equal to 10. It means our left hand limit and right hand limit at x equal to 2 are exist and they are equal to each other. Also our left hand limit and right hand limit are also exist at the point x equal to 10 and they are equal to each other. Then we are going to start with first at x equal to 2. We are going to find out limit at x equal to 2, finding out left hand limit x tends to 2 minus fx, limit s tends to 0, f of 2 minus h. Then our function is less than 2, then it is defined as 5, then its value is what, 5 here. Now we are going to find out our right hand limit x tends to 2 plus fx. Now limit s tends to 0, f of 2 plus h, limit s tends to 0, f2 plus s means our point is greater than 2. Here what, it's greater than 2 but less than 10, then our function defined as ax plus b. Then here we take ax at the place of x, we take 2 plus h plus b. Now we are going to find its limiting value when s tends to 0, then it's equal to 2 into a plus b. It's our 2a plus b. Since our point is continuous at x equal to 2, since fx is continuous at x equal to 2, then our left hand limit equal to right hand limit, then means the value of 2a plus b is equal to 5. 2a plus b is equal to 5. Take this as equation 1 here. Now we are going to take our since the function is continuous at x equal to 2 and x equal to 10, now we are going to check its continuity at x equal to 10. Left hand limit x tends to 10 minus fx, limit s tends to 0, f of 10 minus h, or f of 10 minus s means our function point is less than 10. Here what we, our x is greater than 2 but less than 10, then it's defined as ax plus b. Now what we here, we take here limit s tends to 0, ax plus b. A, what is our x, 10 minus h plus b. Now we are going to find out limiting value when limit s tends to 0, this is 0, then it's our 10a plus b. Our left hand limit is what? It's our 10a plus b at x equal to 10. Now we are going to find out its right hand limit. Limit x tends to 10 plus fx. Limit h tends to 0. F of 10 plus h. F of 10 plus h when our point is greater than 10. Look, when x is greater than or equal to 10, then our value is what? It's a 21. Then its limiting value is what? We get 21. Now since our fx is continuous at x equal to 10, then left hand limit is equal to our right hand limit. Means what is our left hand limit at x equal to 10? Our left hand limit at x equal to 10 is what? 10a plus b. Means 10a plus b equal to 21. Take it 2. And what we get from equation 1? We get from equation 1 is what? 2a plus b equal to 5. Now take 2a plus b equal to 5. We have linear equation in two variables. B is equal there. Then we are using elimination method. We get 8a is equal to 21 minus 5. We get 16. Then the value of a is what? 2. We get the value of a is what? 2. When we are going to put the value of in any a in any equation, then we get, just suppose we are going to put in the here first equation, 10 into 2 plus b is 21. Then we get the value of b is what? 21 minus 20. We get the value is 1. Then the value of a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 1 here. When our function is defined, is continuous at x equal to 2 and 10. Now we are moved to with another problem there. Take one of the examples also to find out. Here we take another example. Now for what value of lambda, is the function, fx. How the function is defined as, it's one of the NCERT problem there. It defined as a lambda x square minus 2x when our x is less than or equal to 0, and 4x plus 1 when our x is greater than 0. For what value of lambda is the function fx is equal to lambda x square minus 2x when x is less than or equal to 0, 4x plus 1 greater than 0, is continuous at x equal to 0, is continuous at x equal to 0. Then we are going to find out its continuity at x equal to 0. Then we are going to find out its left hand limit. Limit s tends to 0, f of 0 minus h. When our point is less than 0, then a function is defined as lambda x square minus 2x. Then limit s tends to 0, lambda 0 minus h whole square minus 2x. And then we get minus 2, and our x is what? 0 minus h. Then we get limit s tends to 0, lambda, then we get here 0 minus h, it's a h square, and here we get plus 2h. Obviously when this h tends to 0, what we see that this is equal to 0, then its value is what? We get here 0. We get our limiting value 0, lambda into 0, we get 0 here. Now we are going to find out our right hand limit x tends to 0 plus fx, or it's what, it's equal to what, limit s tends to 0 f of 0 plus h. What we have, when if point is greater than 0, then it's a 4x plus 1. Then we are here 4x plus 1, then limit h tends to 0 4x 40 plus h plus 1, and this h tends to 0, its limiting value is equal to 5. Now we have given that this function is continuous at x equal to 0, but what we see that we get 5 here, our right hand limit 5 here, and our left hand limit is what, 0 there. Since at x equal to 0 left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, then what will be our answer? For no value of lambda, fx is continuous. लैम्डा किसी भी मान के लिए मीन्स फॉर नो वैल्यू ऑफ लैम्डा fx is our continuous, because our fx is what here, fx is not continuous since our left hand right is not equal to right hand. For no value of lambda our fx is what is here, our fx is here discontinuous, and our answer is what, for no value of lambda our fx is continuous at x equal to 0, because this is a at x equal to 0 our function is discontinuous here.